안녕하세요. 스플래시 잉글리시의 조슈입니다. 오늘은 특별한 게스트를 모셨습니다. 선현우.
안녕하세요. 선현우라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
He runs an online educational platform called Talk to Me in Korean,
Yes.
where he teaches Korean to hundreds and thousands of people worldwide. He's been on EBS, Arirang Radio. He has his very popular blog called ybnormal.com.
That's on Naver.
That's on Naver. I know you have written one book about your business, 한국어를 팝니다. He has also written an English phrase book.
Yes, that was...
헷갈리는 영어. Did you also translate Because
Yes,
I'm a Girl?
Because I'm a Girl. It was in Japanese. I translated it into Korean.
Oh, and did I also mention he speaks 6 languages? You write a lot, you produce many videos. Like, how are you so prolific?
On my personal YouTube channel, I have 600 videos. And
That's a lot.
And on Talk to Me in Korean, we have 1,300, more than 1,300 free lessons that we've published together. I have a wonderful team that works with me.
I think it's great that you have such a great team with you. I mean, even before you started your company, you know, like you were still writing a blog, you were still making your own videos. What drove you to do that?
I think I love teaching.
You love teaching?
Yeah, not in classrooms though. I think I love breaking things down so that it is easier for other people to understand. So when I started, my hobby, breakdancing, I also immediately started trying to teach other people how to breakdance because things can be broken down into small steps. This is also kind of my motto, my approach to life. Just look at the single problem that's ahead of you that you're trying to solve and solve that, and then the next problem will present itself.
Now, if you go to his personal YouTube channel, he raises his children bilingual. So
Yes.
His first son is Jun. He's 3 years old.
Yes.
And I've seen the videos. I've seen the videos where Jun is like telling everybody on the camera, everyone, this is daddy. And he goes outside and comes back. Everyone, it's dark outside. And he's only 3 years old. And I saw you like having a conversation with him like very naturally like, in English. And people who are watching this, 이거 보고 있는 분들 중에서는 그 어린이를 가진 부모들도 계실 거고. So on behalf of them, I want to ask you, how do you do it? How do you raise your children bilingual?
I've been speaking only English to my first son ever since he was born. So that's it. There's no other secret. 이제 아빠가 영어만 하고 엄마는 한국어만 하는 건 알고 있는데 아빠한테는 영어로 해야 된다는 생각이 있어요.
Does his mother use English at all?
Sometimes when he wants her to pretend to be me. So
That is very complicated.
So when I'm busy for 5 days in a row or for the whole week, he wants to talk to this daddy figure in English, but I'm not at home or I'm busy at home. So he says, "Mommy, you're daddy now." Because for him, it is weird. The idea of speaking English to his mommy is weird. So he wants her to be daddy. So she does speak English when she's daddy. But other than that, everybody around him in his life, everybody else in his life actually speaks Korean.
So 되게 어렸을 때부터 맨 처음부터 그런 아빠는 영어를만 하는 사람이다라는 개념을 심어주고 and then you had to be very disciplined about it, right? Because even when you're feeling tired, lazy, when you're angry at your son, like you had to control yourself and only use it in English.
Yeah, I'm never angry. I'm an angel, by the way. But 근데 물론 농담이지만 그런 건 있어요. 아무래도 주변 사람들이 막 걱정을 하는 거예요. Oh, you're gonna confuse your child. The child will not even grow up with one complete language. That is absolutely not the case. It has been proven by many, many experts that bilingual parenting doesn't result in the child being confused or not, adequately fluent in any of the languages. With that belief, with that confidence, I started doing that. And it was hard because I basically deprived myself of my own right to speak my own mother tongue, 모국어, to my own son.
Yeah.
So I rarely speak to him in Korean, but you get used to it. So for the first year, you don't get any feedback from the baby.
Yeah.
You could be talking to a block of tofu and the response is the same. nothing. But after a while, you get used to it. I think that's the key when you are just starting to do it for the first year. It's the process isn't for the baby to learn the language. It is for you to actually get used to the idea of speaking this other foreign language. The first year was difficult, but then things got easier and easier.
As parents, we might say, oh, I need to discipline my children. But like listening to your story, it sounds like you need to be disciplined yourself.
Yes.
Before you can teach your kids how to do anything.
He actually speaks better than his peers at the same age. His Korean is better than most other kids at his age. His English is, of course, much better than, I would even say he has a wider vocabulary than a lot of kids in the States. Because we try to read many books together, we try to watch a lot of videos together, rather than just giving him my phone. Sometimes I do that. But we sit down together side by side and we react to the silly, cartoons for children. And I don't really enjoy watching those, but I enjoy my interactions with him. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a big fire truck. Oh, there's a small fire truck, Me narrating, being the narrator.
Being the narrator, yeah.
Or somewhat like the sports casters.
Yeah.
Me being the narrator definitely helps him with his understanding of the situation, because in the cartoons maybe there's no language, no verbal cues. It's only visuals and music. If you do it too much though, if you do the narrating too much, the child will say, be quiet.
How many hours a week do you spend time with your son?
Very good question. I think those specific questions are really, really important. So every day I try to spend at least 2 hours with him. Actively speaking. Not just sitting side by side, me doing something on my laptop, him doing something on his phone or something like that. Yeah. So 2 hours a day at least. So that's 14 hours a week. Mm-hmm. It's very, very small compared to the hundreds of hours that he's exposed to Korean. But I'm trying to secure my share. For example, there's this driving app that he likes these days. Mm-hmm. It's very complicated. So he's crashing all the time. So I taught him the word crash. Oh, you crashed. And he didn't immediately respond back to me because he was so into that game. But a few days after that, he met with a friend of mine, and she was at our place, and she was sitting next to my son, and he was like, oh no, I crashed. And he was using it. He had kept it for later. So even if the input doesn't come back to you, echoes back to you right away, it doesn't mean it's not working. So give him the input, give your child the input, and it'll eventually resurface. You have to have faith in it.
What I want you to take away from what Hyunwoo shared with you today is, I think that's great. Narrate. Tell him what's going on around the world. Mm-hmm. Tell him, this word crash. Mm-hmm. And I think even that alone, whether you're watching a video or reading him a book, I think that alone can be immensely helpful.
Yeah. And please remember that eventually what you want your child to be able to do, or children to be able to do, is switch back and forth. 오늘은 물론 영어를 주로 많이 했지만 이 비디오에서는 영어 했다가 한국어 했다가 일본어 했다가 이렇게 할 수 있기를 바라는 거잖아요.
그렇죠.
그걸 원한다면 엄마 아빠가 다른 언어를 노출시켜 줄 때에도 그 엄마 아빠의 태도, 자세도 자연스러워야 돼요. If you are shy, my pronunciation is bad, but you do it. 이런 걸 하면은 아이들이 English speakers stay away from me. 그렇게 생각할 수 있어요. 그래서 엄마도 아빠도 좀 부족하다고 느낄지라도 배우면서 자신 있게.
그렇죠.
It's fun, it's wonderful, speaking two languages is awesome, it's natural, it's nothing weird. 그런 자세도 심어주는 게 진짜 중요한 것 같아요. If you're too shy, too embarrassed to speak English in public, in Korea, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you can do that in your car or when, in private, when you're alone with your child or children. That's enough. Mm-hmm. Because you will eventually spend the majority of your quality language time with your kids at home, right?
Right.
When you're taking a bath together or when you're feeding them, those moments really count.
여러분들께 자신 있게 집에서 할 수 있는 용어는 여러분도 아마 있을 거예요.
네.
Change your clothes.
Yeah.
Eat your vegetables.
Watch your step, watch your head, watch your so
Wash your hands.
yeah, wash your hands 이런 것도 되겠고 진짜 그 세 단어, 네 단어로밖에 안 되는 그런 문장들도 많거든요. 그런 것만 해도 아이가 그 영어 문장의 구조를 이해하는 데는 충분할 수 있어요. 5살 때쯤 되면은 그때까지 그 기록을 다 지금 기록하고 있거든요. 다 정리해서 어떻게 하는지 책으로 만들 생각이에요.
Where's the best place to find you online?
You can go to talktomeinkorea.com and click on my profile on the first page. Or you can go to naver.com and type in my name in Korean, Sun Hyunwoo. You will see an 인물 정보 page with my activities, and you will see a link to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Yes.
Well, Sun Hyunwoo 선생님, thank you so much for coming to our show today.
Thank you so much. It was fun.